Hey everyone, welcome to another episode from Ampro Engineering. This is the WPL C24 and I adore this truck. This particular example has been heavily modified with almost all metal parts including axle housings, 2-speed transmission, different links, full lighting kit, upgraded electronics, but that wasn't it. I wanted to do some additional things to this vehicle. So you can see it has some 3D printed vector wheels. These are printed at Shapeways using the ultra detail plastic. And because we have the ability to leverage the ultra detail plastic, what I have done now is created a brush guard right here and a rear bumper assembly. Let's go ahead and install these. We'll start by installing the front brush guard. The brush guard will come with 2 additional little discs, and these discs will drop directly into the front panel over here. You can see that they give the impression of having the KC daylighter logo, although the daylighter portion was simply too small to get the necessary detail. These will all come in a translucent clear color, and I will only offer these in the ultra detail plastic as they are so small that the nylon simply isn't going to give the desired effect. This means that they're really only available in a more costly ultra detail plastic. I've gone ahead and painted this black with a low gloss black paint, and then I have painted the actual lamp assembly in silver. I'll then take some high quality mono glue, little bead, right in there on both sides. Just note that these will be on a sprue with a little post on the back. You'll have to trim the post off and then sand that flat so that the little embossed area has enough clearance, and it will just drop in. Line it up so it's straight. The only reason that these are done in 2 pieces is so that you can get an incredibly sharp, detailed line around the fog lights. Now that they're on here, we'll let them dry, and then I can take my black marker and detail the KC and the daylighter portion on the bottom. The installation could not be simpler. Remove both of these screws that hold the front panel on mine are 7 millimeters long, so you'll need some that are this long. So you'll just drop this straight down, and the little feet that are hanging off the end are going to go right in front of that steering circle mount and then slot backwards, and then drop your screws in. All right, once threaded in, this is the look you've got. Let's move on to the back bumper. This particular variation has these little ports here at the bottom. Now, these are not exhaust pipes. These are actually light buckets, because the lighting kit I have installed on this is for the RC 4-wheel drive Trailfinder 2, and therefore it has 3 pairs of 3mm rear-mounted lights. I have 1 pair of the side markers, 1 pair on the tail lights, and I have a 2nd pair just dangling about. So you can get this without these little buckets, or with if you want to have additional lights. And these are nothing more than just a little grill. You can see it right there. To install this, remove the factory mount, which looks like that. And to install this, my recommendation is to tap the outer pair of screw holes, so this one and this one, with an M2.5 tap, and then use a machine M2.5 screw. Or you can use the original screws, but in order to do that, you are going to have to self-tap these. Now, the ultra detail plastic is not going to require additional post-processing, but you don't want to simply thread these in because you can crack the plastic. So what I do is I do little turns and wiggle back and forth. And what this is doing is it's cutting the plastic. Go little by little, and eventually it will work its way in. If you try and force it or go too quickly, you risk splitting the part in half. If you opt for the nylon, you will lose some of the detail, but the nylon will have very little issue with this being threaded straight in. So I've installed this with 5 screws. And now on my particular example, I can just push in the little 3mm LED into the wee hole, put a little bit of liquid electric tape on the back to prevent some light bleed. And we're all done. Pretty simple upgrades for this little truck. I really think it's given me that look that I really enjoy. This brush guard isn't going to be particularly durable. It's definitely only there for show, but boy does it look nice. And that back bumper, let's flip this guy around. Check it out. You can see that grill a little bit, you can see it right there. Just for another place to put those extra lights that I happen to have. Some of the Ampro taillight lenses and side markers here. All right, folks, well, thank you all so much for watching. If you don't have one of these little WPL cars, know that they are a really nice base to start a custom build. Out of the box, they're not brilliant. The electronics are pretty bad and you have to replace the drive shafts. But I do plan on doing a minimal upgrades required to build yourself a WPL. This is going to be the car that we'll use in that series, so that you don't have to go crazy like this one here. Perhaps just a couple little changes, and you can have yourself a decent little trail truck or rock crawler. Thank you all so much for watching, and we will see you next time.